Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Now in today's overwintering video vlog, we are going to be bringing in some of the tall Cereus cacti that we have in our polytunnel and our little greenhouses. The ones that are not so cold hardy like the Pilocereus cacti into the house to overwinter. Now we have a selection of different types of tall cacti. The majority of the Trichocereus cacti are going to be kept overwintered in our polytunnel because they can take pretty low winter temperatures. But the Pilocereus and a couple of other ones that are a little bit more cold sensitive are going to be overwintered in here. And we're going to be overwintering them where we overwintered them last year, on this back wall. And we probably will install a little grow light as well from the top to give it a bit of an extra boost, but we'll do that another day. And we're going to be moving these we've had here for the spring and summer, the Euphorbia and the lovely big Alocasia. This is going to be going up into my office, that's also a grow room, and these are going to be put into our living room. So we're going to be moving these out and then bringing the tall ones in, and we're going to be doing stages throughout this video vlog. So that's what it's going to be today, and let's get going then, guys. Now here we are with this is one of our little greenhouses that we have the majority of the tall Cereus cacti, as you can see there, some Trichocereus and some of Pilocereus. As you can see, that one is touching the roof, and these are not cold, the Pilocereus are not cold hardy, so these are the ones we're going to be bringing in. And just to show you what we got to bring in, and I'm going to turn the camera off now because we both going to need our hands free to actually pick up these big plants. So we'll get them all, to keep this video a bit shorter, bring all the ones we're going to be bringing into overwinter into our kitchen, and then show you what we've got before we rearrange them all. Now that's the little greenhouse here, emptied. We've just got, because with these are very, very large Trichocereus, and there's a big Pachycereus pringlei at the back there that can be overwintered in the polytunnel. But we're going to bring them in on another day because they're very large, and Hans has got a special little wheeler, that like a little carry wheeler trolley to put these on to move them. But because it's raining at the moment, it's not the best day to do it, so we're going to leave these. But they'll be fine here for tonight, and I'm just going to show you where we've put the ones we're going to be overwintering in the polytunnel. We're going to be rearranging all of this because we normally have the big tall ones probably in the middle, and putting the three big ones you've just seen there right at the back. But just for now, just to keep them dry for tonight, we put the Trichocereus ones here, and Notocactus Lenighausii, another Pachycereus pringlei here, and then we brought all of the ones that are not so cold hardy, the Pilocereus, into our kitchen, and we're going to show you what it looks like before we put it all away. Now, because me and Hans is sort of doing okay for time, we decided to get all of the Cereus that we know is going to have to be overwintered in the house into the house now, and then we'll know exactly how much space we've got in this big polytunnel here. And then once everything's brought in that we're going to be overwintering and we've got space, I'll be able to rearrange everything, and I'm going to include that as well in this future coming video vlog series. So I'm just going to have a scan around here in the polytunnel to see what type of Cereus cacti need to come in, as there's a few of the globaler types of cacti may need to come in, but I'm just focusing on the Cereus ones in this video vlog today. And at first glance here, things are pretty much hardy, but I have a Pilocereus gunelli there with the lovely arms coming out of it. That has to come in. And here I've got some more Cereus forbices there, also we need to come in. Also the Cereus, commonly known as the Booby Cactus, as you can see, there has to come in. The Spiralis, Cereus spiralis as well here, that's going to be coming in. And there's another little one here, I think it's a Myrtilocactus. That's not the most cold hardy, so I'm going to be bringing that in as well. So it looks like it's pretty much just a few of the Cereus cacti in this corner that need to come in. As I say, I'm going to be bringing a few more in to overwinter over the coming days, but the Pilocereus and some of the other type of Cereus ones don't like it really below 10, and the night's getting pretty cold here at the moment. But the other type of cacti, that's sort of okay, at sort of 5-6 degree, can be okay here in the meantime till I get around to moving them all in. So let's get going and start bringing in some of these then, guys. Now guys, that's all of the Cereus cacti that are not so cold hardy brought into the house. And we brought some in that we normally would leave out in the polytunnel, but because they're so wet, we're not taking any chances, so we're bringing them in. This one, for example here, Pachycereus marginatus. We always overwinter that out in the polytunnel, but it got absolutely soaked when we had it out in the yard, and it just does not have chance. You can see, look at all the weeds growing in it. So I'm going to weed this. It's going to take forever to dry out if we put that in the polytunnel, so we're not taking any chances. This one we're going to overwinter indoors for that reason, but normally if it was dry we would have kept it out in the polytunnel. And obviously the Pilocereus. Now this one here is my big Trichocereus pachanoi times scopicola, and this one we normally overwinter in the polytunnel, but again the problem, because it's been out in the yard, as you can see, it got a bit of a late soaking in the year, and it's just going to take too long to dry out in the polytunnel, so we're taking it into overwinter indoors. And that's why we overwintering them two indoors. Normally we wouldn't necessarily have to worry about it. Most of your Pilocereus there. Here we've got more Cereus forbices, and this one here is Parodia Lenighausii here. Lovely big tall beautiful plant there. It's been in bud for ages. I think it's not going to flower now, unfortunately. Too late in the year, the buds seem to be dying back. And here we have a mixture of a few different types of Cereus. So mostly smaller ones, so these are probably going to be going on into our grow rooms, and some on the windowsill as well. Cereus spiralis. And here, as I mentioned earlier, the booby plant that's been brought in. And this one, Pilocereus gunelli, so that's probably going into my grow room. And mixing a few of them out. What we're going to focus on now is the back wall, as you can see here, because this is a perfect spot to put the tall, as you can see at the back, the very tall Cereus type of cacti here. And it does get a lot of natural light that comes in from the window. It's a south-facing window, so we get the natural south-facing sun coming across onto the back wall here. But also, we may add an additional grow light. We may not need to, because it's quite a bright spot. And we only want to overwinter the plants anyway, so we don't want to encourage them to grow. It should be pretty much okay without a grow light, but we'll see how we go. So that's what we're going to be doing now, is the big tall ones we're going to be rearranging on the back wall, and then dealing with these ones upstairs afterwards. So here we go, guys. Let's get rearranging. There we go, guys. We've got all the tall Cereusy ones on the back wall here in our kitchen. Yes, I know, we're crazy, guys. But as you can see, welcome to Arizona, Belfast. And that's the tall ones there. They're going to get, I think, plenty of light to overwinter, because this is, as I say, it's a very bright kitchen. We wouldn't normally keep plants this far away from a window normally, but because they're overwintering, they just need a bright spot and to be kept cool and dry for the winter, so they should be perfectly okay. But we may at a later date fit a little grow light, I'm not quite sure. We don't want to encourage them to grow, as we say, just to overwinter. So this is a good spot for them. And by the way, I just want to mention, if you want to know how to overwinter cacti and succulents, do check out a video I have made on how to overwinter cacti and succulents. Links up above. And I go into a lot more detail about overwintering and things like that. So I don't need to mention that in this video. Now we've got left with these ones here, the shorter Cereus cacti that need to be put away. As you can see, all of these here, and some here on the floor. And what me and Hansi are going to do now, very exciting, is we're going to pick which ones we want to take upstairs in our grow rooms, because me and Hans have two separate grow rooms, and Hans has his grow room in his little music studio, and I have my grow room in my office. So I've made a bit of space upstairs in the windows and on the shelves to bring up the plants we're going to be overwintering. Obviously we've got a lot more to be coming out of the polytunnel, some of the globular type of plants, and also the leafy succulents and things like that, but that's another day. Just going to be focusing on that today. And now me and Hans are going to choose who wants to take up what and who wants what in whose room. Now we put the two Scheffleras here, as you can see. And we may or may not put an additional grow light. Again, they get light coming in from this quite large window here, where we have a selection of house plants, from philodendrons to African violets to ferns, and our ZZ plant there. So we'll see how they go. But that's the Scheffleras there. I'm going to show you where we put the big Alocasia houseplant. Now that's the big Alocasia in my office and it's looking lovely there, and I've got the selection of ferns as well here, and we are going to be putting a couple of the grow lights, the big UFO ones like we've got over there, from on here as well, to give them additional light over the winter time. As I say, it's mainly just to overwinter rather than encourage them to grow, but it looks lovely there, doesn't it? And this is, I've made a lot more space. This is my office, but it's also my grow room as well. I've made a lot of space here, so when we bring the rest of the other plants from the polytunnel that are not so cold hardy, such as the Cereus cacti and Myrtilocactus and the Stapelias, they could probably go here. And these are the plants that I've chose, that the Cereus ones. I chose this in my office here. This is a lovely Hans's lovely Cleister cactus. Not quite sure, it's an unusual type, but it has a beautiful flowers on it. It's not Trichocereus Straussii. Not quite sure what it is, but it's very lovely, as you can see. And then I've got my Cereus spiralis as well, and my Myrtilocactus geometricans Booby Cactus there, and then Hans's lovely big Lenighausii, Parodia Lenighausii, with loads of little babies all on it as well there. And this one is a Cereus Jusberrii cactus there, and my Pilocereus with the lovely arms coming off it there. And these I had in here already as well. That is Pilocereus cristata, and one of my Cereus I had to reroot as a cutting, so that's going to be overwintered indoors because it's going to have to reroot itself. It needs a bit more warmth than it normally would. And here we have plants that are already in here, and as I say, more room for when we're bringing them up in the following overwintering vlogs. I've made some space here, and then I'm going to show you what Hans has chose for his room. Now this is Hans's grow room here. It's also his music studio, and he has a lovely big window here where he has a lot of plants, and we've got all our seedlings in here. And I did do a full seedling tour of both the ones we've got here in the grow room and also the ones we've got in our polytunnel. And the larger seedlings we're going to overwinter in the polytunnel, no problem. These are all the smaller ones that we sort of sowed from seed either late last year or early this year. But as I say, I have done a complete tour of the seedlings. So if you want to see the complete tour, links up above. And these are the Cereus cacti that Hans has got in his room here. This is a Poinsettia pulchima here, commonly known as the, you often see it at Christmas, that the Poinsettia has the lovely red flowers. And then Hans has got his Cereus in the window there, and selection of his small little Pilocereus, and here a few different types all here. He's got his Cereus spiralis there. And the selection all here, and here's a lovely big Bucania, and again loads of space here, a bit more in the window too, and here for when we bring some of the other ones in from the polytunnel. So guys, thank you so much for watching and all your support. And if you want to know a little bit more about how to grow cacti and succulents, including how to overwinter them, please do check out my website, desertplantsofAvalon.com. And stay tuned for tomorrow's, it'll be tomorrow or the next day, vlog, where we're going to be bringing in more cacti and more, probably the cacti, the Prescias and the Ocotillos, and we're going to be then putting them away into the grow rooms.